On this episode of the Infinite Art Hunt.
Uncle Mars, you're saying that you feel good, but your face is saying that you're nervous.
To be honest, I am. I'm very nervous, but I'm trying to change my attitude, turn these nerves into excitement. How are you feeling, Freddie?
I'm bored already.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, have a seat. And maybe start by just feeling with your feet that there are 4 treadles.
All right,
Okay.
4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just some nice deep breaths. So you're a little nervous about flying. No big deal. Lots of people are.
Lead support for this program has been provided by the William Penn Foundation, with additional support from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the Sidewater Family Foundation, the Thomas Locke Charitable Fund, and viewers like you.
Hey everyone, Freddie here. If you're tuning in for the first time, well, I'll give you the rundown, but know that today is not a normal day. Normally, I tell you that I'm a kid on a quest to make the most of my summer vacation by visiting as many awesome art spots as possible. Normally, I would make art, I would make friends. Normally, I'd make an actual episode of my video series, The Infinite Art Hunt. And normally, I'd tell you that Grandma Tilly is letting me use her art studio as headquarters for my operation while she's off on her own adventures. But, as I mentioned before, today is not normal. So forgive me for dragging you with me, art hunters. But today, I don't have an art quest. I am going... Oh, don't make me say it, Skookle. I'm going to the airport. Ugh, the airport. That reminds me, Skookle. I left your food and a note for Hildegard. I know she's used to taking care of cats, but she'll have to figure out hermit crabs.
It's the Infinite Art Hunt! Hey guys, over here! We're on another adventure with Fred. Looking for art and making friends. Checking in with Grandma Tilly. The adventure never ends. We're gonna go to real places, find magic and wonder, and try new things and see what we can discover. There's art everywhere, and I really wanna explore. It's in the food that we eat, in the trees, in the forest. It's the Infinite Art Hunt! Oh, this is amazing. I see art. It's the Infinite Art Hunt!
You have your headphones?
Got him.
Lotion. Planes will really dry out your skin, you know.
I have lotion.
How about a good book? Nothing too serious or scary or about thunderstorms. Maybe something easy and a little boring. That'll hopefully get you to sleep.
I think I have some magazines.
Oh, cozy socks, cozy socks. You have a pair of those?
For the plane?
Feet get cold. You should be maximizing comfort.
The socks I have on are comfy enough, I guess.
I am feeling really good about this flight, Freddie. Feeling good. G-double-O-D good.
Uncle Mars, you're saying that you feel good, but your face is saying that you're nervous.
To be honest, I am. I'm very nervous, but I'm trying to change my attitude, turn these nerves into excitement. How are you feeling, Freddie?
I'm bored already.
Bored? What's boring about a trip to Chicago to visit your cousins?
No, the trip isn't boring. The airport part is boring. First, you have to wait to get your boarding pass. Then you have to wait for security. Then you get to your gate, and guess what? More waiting. Then wait to board the plane. Then waiting for the plane to take off. It's just waiting, waiting, waiting.
I wish I had some words of wisdom to pass on to you.
Like?
Neck pillow.
Neck pillow?
I need to grab my neck pillow. Can't forget.
Hi, Grandma Tilly.
Hey, baby. I hear you're heading to Chicago. with Uncle Mars to visit your cousins. Oh, give them all a big squeeze for me. Now, I know you'd rather be doing 100 different things than waiting around the airport for your flight, but I'm challenging you to think of this as an air mission. Yes, I want you to add the airport to your infinite art hunt. My friend Leah, an incredible Go Fish player, never seen her lose a game, works there. And her whole job is to make sure your experience is interesting.
Hi, Freddie. I'm Leah, Director of Guest Experience at the airport. And my job is to think about you and all the other guests that come through. I think about what you might want to do and see while you're here. And I know that once you see everything we have to offer, you're going to be very impressed. I look forward to showing you around.
I hear what you're saying about waiting around, but I'll let you in on a little secret. Boredom can be an artist's best friend. It gives your imagination lots of time and space to come up with all sorts of wild new ideas. Plus, it's like I always say, you can find art anywhere. Speaking of, this wallpaper behind me might make a really beautiful dress pattern. Ooh, and with the matching hat. I'm gonna start sketching. Have fun and safe travels, baby. Oh, I almost forgot. My studio neighbor Martha has some art on display in the airport too. See if you can spot her. All right. Bye now, baby.
The airport? As my art mission? Okay, I accept the challenge.
I think we better get going. You never know what traffic's gonna be like.
Uncle Mars, our flight isn't for another 5 hours.
Ooh, that's sooner than I expected. We better make like a plane and jet.
This is gonna be a long trip. You must be Grandma Tilly's friend, Leah.
I am. Welcome to the airport.
Thanks. You'll have to excuse Uncle Mars. He's a bit of a nervous flyer. I think he's listening to positive affirmations to, help him calm down.
The sky is my friend. The plane is my friend. I'm soaring through the air on a big, safe bird.
Understood.
Well, since our flight doesn't leave for another few hours, I think it would be a perfect time for Too Many Questions with Freddie.
How do you know it's too many questions? What's the right amount of questions?
Okay, asking questions about the questions. I like your style. And they're good ones, too. Let's rethink the name. Welcome to Just Enough Questions with Freddie.
Much better.
What's your name?
Leah Douglas.
How do you describe your job to strangers?
Oh, that's a great question. Partly what I do at the airport is I'm director of exhibitions, which means that I curate all of the art that we have throughout the airport. And we specifically show artwork by Philadelphia area artists so that we can showcase all the talent that we have here in the city.
What's your favorite thing about working here?
Is that every day is so different. I always say if you don't like change, you don't work at the airport.
How do you find out about different artists?
Honestly, through my phone using Instagram.
Nice. How do you decide what you want to put in the airport?
Well, I feel very lucky working in Philadelphia because we have so many creative and talented artists here, so it makes my job a lot easier. So we just try to showcase different things at different times. We have painting, sculpture, arts organizations, collections, things like that, a little bit of everything.
What do you hope guests feel when they come here and see all this art?
Well, I want them to be surprised that we have such talented artists here in the city and so many different things going on culturally. I think it's great when passengers arrive at the airport because they don't expect to see art at the airport, and it gives them a great thing to do while they're here and waiting for their plane.
Nice. What's your favorite art in the whole airport?
Wow, I'm gonna say it's the rotating exhibitions program, and what that means is the gallery walls and the cases all stay in their current location, and it's the artwork that changes out. So I'm always looking forward to the next thing that we're gonna do.
Nice. Do you like flying?
I really love flying, and I especially love traveling. So I have to fly to get to where I wanna go, so yeah, I do.
Any tips for nervous flyers like Uncle Mars?
Well, maybe if he takes in some of the artwork while he's here, that might make him relax a little bit.
What's the most fun hairstyle you've ever had?
Well, when I was young, I had very long hair, but it always kind of just kept growing out and out and out. So finally, my mom looked at me and she said, I think you need a haircut. And so ever since then, I've worn my hair short.
What do you do when you're bored?
What do I do when I'm bored? I love gardening and I love watching cooking shows on TV.
Your thoughts on hermit crabs?
I had a few when I was growing up, and I found it difficult to keep them because they're just, you know.
Don't tell Scoop.
Okay.
Fruity candy or chocolate candy?
Definitely chocolate.
Best hot dog topping?
Ketchup.
How do you like your eggs?
I like all eggs, so it doesn't matter how they're cooked.
I like your attitude. Any hidden talents?
I would have to say back to gardening, because not many people know that I do that.
What's your best dance move?
None.
Oh, come on. You can't show us a dance move?
Oh, do you watch the Peanuts? You know, the Charlie Brown dance? Yeah, that's my favorite.
Okay. What's the best kind of sandwich?
I love peanut butter and jelly.
Okay, classic, but good. And that's it.
Great, thank you. Would you like to go on a tour to see the airport art?
Yeah, I'd love to. Uncle Mars, are you coming?
I'll catch up with you in a bit. I've almost reached peak relaxation and just need a few more moments of zen. I am one with the plane. I am one with the plane. I am one with the plane. I am one with the plane.
Gotcha.
Okay, Uncle Mars. You got this. Just some nice deep breaths. So you're a little nervous about flying. No big deal. Lots of people are. Let's just take some time to focus on breathing, being present, and maybe thinking about a few things that make you happy. Like a perfect piece of toast. No burnt spots, just perfectly golden brown. Ooh, or the whole month of October. Or when the cactus in my office grows a new flower. Guessing the time without ever looking at a clock. Waking up on a Saturday with no plans. A fresh jar of pickles and the snap sound the lid makes when you open it. Much better.
So, what is this?
Sometimes as part of my job, I get to invite artists and arts organizations to the airport for live artist demonstrations. And you're lucky today because this is Bridget from the Philadelphia Guild of Handweavers, and this is her loom. Would you like to learn more about it?
I'd love to.
All right, this is a 4-shaft loom, which means that it has 4 of these.
Okay.
So a loom is used to make fabric out of yarn. It can be wool or cotton or linen. So I used a loom to make this.
You made that?
I made this. You can make it as fancy or as plain as you want. You can use different colors and lots of different designs are available. We're doing something very simple here today. And I don't know, you want to try it? That's the best way to learn.
I'd love to.
All right. You have to, would you mind taking your shoes off?
Taking my shoes off?
Well, do you see mine? My shoes are off because there's 2 reasons. One is a lot of different people use this loom. This is a guild demonstration loom. So some of us are definitely barefoot weavers and some maybe aren't, so we don't want to get the treadles yucky, but also you can feel the treadle better when your shoe's off.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. And then you could choose a color if you want. All right, you ready?
Ready.
All right, have a seat. And maybe start by just feeling with your feet that there are 4 treadles.
All right,
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So the best thing to do is to use your left foot for the first 2 treadles on the left and your right foot for the last 2 treadles on your right.
Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's right, so your left foot depresses 1. Yeah, that's a good way to think of it. And then your left foot depresses 2. Yeah, and then your right foot, 3 and 4. Okay, and for now, you're just gonna do 1 treadle at a time, but you could also do more than 1 at a time. Let's start going left to right.
Okay.
So just your left foot, depress the first treadle, push it down.
Okay.
And now you're gonna take the shuttle, which is holding the yarn, and you're gonna shoot it through. Shoot it above this yep, and under the last thread. Perfect. Perfect. Here, I'm gonna just move that. All right, and now you're gonna take this, which is called the beater, and that pushes the thread down.
Do I still keep holding the first one?
No,
Okay.
That's a good question. Let it go and then depress, and now go to the next one. Treadle 2, oops, sorry. And now go across, perfect, perfect. And now, yep, and now go to treadle 3.
This is fun.
Yeah, I love doing this. This is truly fun. Now, I'm gonna show you one other technique while you're at it. You wanna keep these edges straight. Weavers like to have their selvages, that's what that is, straight.
Okay.
So if you pinch it here a little bit, and also keep this up further,
Like there?
yeah, when you shoot it through, just let it stay up there.
Okay.
And then beat. Yep, push it. Perfect. Perfect. Yes. Look at that. And look at your selvages. Wow, you are really, you did a great job.
Thank you.
So sometimes you don't have a whole weaving setup like Leah did at the airport, but there's a way that you can weave when you're on the go with things that you might have already around your house. This is a great way to try doing a really, really tiny weaving project with cardboard and scissors, tape, some yarn, and you could possibly fit it in your backpack if you're going on a flight or if you're going on a road trip. These can turn into little keychains or other cool little mini weavings. So yeah, that's what we're gonna try today. Now this is just cardboard that I cut up from a box that I had. I cut it into kind of like rectangular shapes. You can do smaller ones or larger ones. For this one, maybe we'll try this size right here. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna cut little tiny slits along the bottom. So I've cut them along the bottom, just a little bit in, and then I'll do the same thing on this side. Now we're gonna pick a yarn to be our base yarn. So I think for this one, I'm gonna do yellow. And you'll take your yarn, and now these little slits that you just cut in the cardboard, you're gonna scoot the yarn right down between them. So you leave kind of a tail in the back, like this. And you'll put one at the top, take the yarn down, and slide it into this slit at the bottom. Then you'll wrap it around the back, like this, up to the next top one, and down. I'm gonna pick a second color that's gonna weave through our main color here. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go over and under these strings right here. So for our first one, we're gonna take our yarn and we're gonna slide it under. For the next one, we'll go over and then under the third one. And then I'll cut the tail of my string here. I'll leave a good amount. And now your yarn is on this side. So you're gonna wanna weave it back through in the opposite way. So this last one, we went over. Now we're gonna go under. And it's always just over, under, over, under. So we'll keep going. Let me pull it through. Great, and so now we're back on this side, and you can pull it all the way through. You don't wanna pull too tight. And then similar to how Freddie in the airport had a beater that kind of pushes things through, you're gonna use your fingers as the beater. And you just move these up so your stitches are closer together. There, so now you have the start of your weaving, and you keep going back and forth like this. So eventually, you'll get to a point where it looks like this. So you have a bunch of rows kind of woven here, and you can keep going, you can fill the whole board, but I feel pretty happy with this. And when it's finished like this, there's a couple things you can do. For these end pieces, you can, if you want to, you can just take it around and knot it so it's knotted to this main string, like that. And so now you're gonna wanna take your weaving off the board. So for this one, I've taped up the strings. And now your weaving is off your board, but you have all these loose ends on either side. So you kinda wanna tie them off so your weaving doesn't fall apart. Okay, so we have these really nice tassels down here, and I'm gonna cut them to be even. Give them a little yarn haircut. There we go. I'm gonna cut my side pieces here. There we go. And I'll cut this piece up here. There you go. And then these top pieces, maybe we want to make it like a hanging, so we could, honestly, we could braid these too. That might be kind of cool. It's yarn, so anything you think you might do for like a friendship bracelet, it'll work for this too. So we'll braid this end like this. And then when we get here, we'll knot it. You can use as many different colors as you want. You can experiment with different types of yarn, really thick yarns or really thin ones. You could probably even use embroidery floss. So yeah, this is a way to do weaving even if you don't have a loom like they had at the airport. You can try it at home with things you already have. Hope you have a lot of fun. Enjoy your flight, Freddie.
You know, I never thought I'd be weaving while I wait for my flight.
And that's the fun part of my job, is to plan events so that passengers, while they're at the airport, have something fun to do. It's a memorable experience, and you might get to see some art that you never saw before.
Yeah. That wall looks familiar.
Yeah, that's a painting by Philadelphia artist Martha Rich.
That's Grandma Tilly's studio friend. She'll be so excited that I found it. Uncle Mars, how you feeling about our flight?
I've got plenty of happy thoughts stored and ready to go if I feel nervous. You feeling any better about the boring waiting around part of traveling?
Well, I definitely never thought that I'd be weaving, but I haven't really had time to get bored. Thanks, Leah.
Anything for Grandma Tilly. Safe travels, and I hope you have a great experience in Chicago.
Hi, Grandma Tilly. I just wanted to say thank you so much for introducing us to Leah. We saw so much at the airport. You were right. Art is everywhere. And even though we discovered so much, sitting at the gate, I had a much better time than I thought. Instead of thinking of it as boring, I gave waiting a chance to let my imagination run wild so I can think of my next exciting art venture. Maybe I can design a new plane. I can make it like a pink flamingo. I hope your dentist appointment went well. Bye, Grandma Tilly.
I am so glad you enjoyed your time with Leah, Freddie. Remember, boredom can be an artist's best friend. Our brain comes up with amazing things when there's nothing to do. After I left the dentist's office, I had a fantastic idea. A musical drama about losing your teeth. I'm casting myself as the wise molar. I'll have the best time in Chicago, and I'll be in touch soon with another art mission.
It's the Infinite Art Hunt! Hey guys, over here! Oh yeah. We're on another adventure with Freddie. Looking for art and making friends. Checking in with Grandma Tilly. The adventure never ends. We're gonna go to real places, find magic and wonder, and try new things and see what we can discover. There's art everywhere, and I really wanna explore. It's in the food that we eat, in the trees, in the forest. Infinite Art Hunt! Woo! This is amazing! I see art everywhere. It's the Infinite Art Hunt!
Lead support for this program has been provided by the William Penn Foundation, with additional support from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the Sidewater Family Foundation, the Thomas Locke Charitable Fund, and viewers like you.
Continue the fun at home with art projects, activities, and printables, paired with the episode you just watched. Available at WHYY.org/The Infinite Art Hunt.